Hi everyone, my name is Sarrah Joy Estrella. Today I'll be going over some research about fandom and participatory culture. So what exactly are fandoms? The term fandom is a relatively new term crafted during the past decade. Fandoms, lesser known as fan cultures, are communities of people who share a common interest. Those interests can be focused around a specific piece of literature, movies, TV series, music groups, sports, etc. Honestly, the list for fandoms is completely endless. Fandoms are typically named after the topic of interest, such as the name of a series or a music group. And the members of those fandoms are typically called by a variation of the subject name or by a name crafted by the original content creator or sometimes even the fans themselves. To name a few popular examples, we have the Potterheads of the Harry Potter fandom, the Whovians of the Doctor Who fandom, and the Trekkies of the Star Trek fandom. Since English 3073 is a class called and focused around young adult literature, I wanted to discuss a little about the large world of YA genre fandoms. We all know that the teenage years are some of the most awkward years in any person's life. Teens spend their time experimenting with different hobbies, making new friend groups, and mostly spending time on creating their own identities and finding their own voice. Through standalone novels and young adult series, they're able to make connections to relatable characters, and they're able to learn to grow and overcome different problems. In fact, some of the most well-known fandoms have risen from young adult literature series, such as Suzanne Collins's The Hunger Games series, Stephanie Meyer's Twilight series, Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, and J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series. The rise of film adaptations have caused an increase in the readership of YA literature, also causing an increase in fandom cultures. Through fandoms, especially for young adults, they're able to make connections with other people their age to discuss topics and flourish creatively through participatory culture. So what exactly is participatory culture? An article from Grindel College defined it as such. It is when fans, also known as the consumers, take on the role of producers and content creators. So in other words, participatory culture is the act of creating new works through any form of media with inspiration from the original works. Participatory culture has definitely risen in the past decade, and that's due to advancements in technology. The internet has allowed people from all over the world to talk about what they loved or what they hated about a certain subplot, a certain character, or character relationship. Social media platforms such as Tumblr and Instagram have transformed the fandom life. On these sites, fans are able to share different forms of participatory culture. One of the most famous and well-known way is through cosplaying. So through cosplay, fans are able to dress up as their favorite characters. Cosplaying typically happens at conventions. One of the most well-known is Comic-Con at San Diego, which happens annually. And cosplaying even happened at Worldcon, which is one of the world's oldest fan conventions, which originally started in 1939. Another form of participatory culture is through fanfiction. So you have websites like fanfiction.net and Wattpad that give fans a platform to create their own stories, but with characters pulled from original works. Fanfiction usually revolves around the creation of a different ending, sometimes putting characters into an alternate universe, So for example, putting a character from an original dystopian society and putting them into our modern day society. Fanfiction also sometimes creates crossovers between different fandoms, and also creates new relationships between two characters that the original creators didn't intend to put together. Other forms of participatory culture include fan art and video edits. Participatory culture definitely allows fans to tap into their creative side, but it also allows fans to communicate with the original content creators when the fandom has a disagreement. A recent famous incident of this involves Sega's video game character, Sonic the Hedgehog. When the original trailer came out for the 2020 movie, many fans disliked how the classic character was animated, so they took to social media to speak out about their angry opinions. The production company actually listened, and they ended up changing how they animated the character. Fans voicing their opinions have also changed the outcomes of different endings in literature series and even in TV shows, which have changed character deaths and character relationships. To tie up, I wanted to leave one quote by author Jacqueline Middleton. She said, "The coolest thing about fandom is the friendships made along the way with people who share your passions." And that pretty much encompasses what fandom and participatory culture is all about. They're about making connections with people from different backgrounds and from different age groups, and being able to talk about one common thing that you love, and being able to be creative and to show expression about something. And these are the sources that I got my information from.